All right, next set of stones up to be cut. All right, looks like we got a bunch of possibly banded agate nodules from the Gila mountain range area, just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. Area is also known as Chimney Beds or 4th of July Butte. All right, we're gonna get these guys off to the saw. You can see a couple of them have some banding showing. 2 or 3. And hope for the best and see what we end up with. All right, I'll be right back. All right, back from the saw. Let's see what we ended up with. So the first stone, interesting. Let's see what we got. All right, got that cotton candy looking stuff. There's some banded agate floating around in there, pockets. A little bit around the end. All right, it's pretty cool looking. Nice. Next up. All right. Kind of a light-skinned agate nodule. Not anything really showing. Let's see what we got. Mostly a kind of a quartzy, little bit of agate on the edge here, on the bottom. Mostly quartz, but still kind of cool looking. Quartz is a little dirty and broken up at top. Not bad. All right. Next up. Another kind of a lighter skinned nodule. Let's see what we got. Okay, it's different. Okay, so at some point the ground shifted and the bubble refilled in with a little bit of agate in that fracture. So it's a quartz bubble with an agate fracture. It's got some dendrites in it. Different. All right, that looks all polished up. All right, next up, this one was clearly an agate. Question is, how good is it on the inside? The banding is very faint. The fractures are really bad. And actually the fractures are the most interesting part of the stone. Kind of give it a little bit of character. All right, probably a tumble or a yard rock. Next up, kind of a bigger looking, what looked like a blue-gray agate nodule with a bit of a window showing with some banding. Let's see how it turned out. Ooh, okay, definitely banded. It's a little more faint than I'd like. It's got some healed fractures in it that are pretty cool looking. I like that side. Nice. All right. Pretty cool. Okay. Next up, got this little guy here. Had a bit of a quartz geo pocket in it with some banded agate around it. Cut behind the pocket. Let's see what we got. banded agate, but it's very faint in the interior bands. It's got some healed fractures or something going on in it. No, maybe they're not fractures. Maybe that's just part of the interior pattern. That's a fracture. All right, probably a tumble rock. All right. Next up, we got another lighter skin nodule. It's peeling. Kind of the bad onion effect here. Let's see what we got on the inside. Ooh, all right, here you go. It's almost all quartz with a little bit of banded agate in the center, floating, with more quartz inside of that. The banding on the outside is, for the most part, peeled away. But the quartz in this is really clean and really nice looking. And definitely look good polished. Nice. All right. Next up, no idea what to expect from this one, really. Let's take a look. Ooh, okay. Awesome, look at that. It's got little like fern-like plumes glowing all over it. Some orbs and some agate, got some color, some red, lavender, purple in there. Look at the top. That's pretty cool. That's a definite face polish. That turned out really nice. Sweet. That's gorgeous. Okay, next up we got, this was probably the biggest rock in this bunch. Big odd shaped nodule. Kind of like the color of the skin. I thought maybe it's gonna have something good in it. So I tried to cut it long ways. A little thinner on this side. Let's see what we ended up with. All right, it's different. It's not really that banded, a little bit with some quartz up here, but it's got that purple and white cotton candy look to it with some tiny dendrites in it. That's pretty cool looking. Nice face polish, definitely. All right, next up, got another one of those lighter skinned agate nodules with a lot of fractures showing on the surface and a quartz face down here, but kind of a banded face over here. So kind of cut on just this end, hoping to see we got a good banded pattern. All right, it does have a healed fracture in it, but it's got a full banded face on this side, and a little bit of quartz starting to show up on this side. At least I think that's quartz. No, looks like agate. Maybe just a different color, maybe. It hasn't turned to quartz yet. Cool. Okay. So I've got this one perpendicular to the spine of this, but long ways. So let's see what we ended up with. Huh. All right. It's got some really cool banding in it. Very translucent. A little bit of quartz on that end. I don't see any fractures. Nice. Very nice. Okay, let's look at this side. All right. Pretty cool looking. Cool. Okay. All right. Just cut this one the short way. Let's see what we ended up with. Ooh, perfect bullseye pattern. A little bit of quartz in the middle, but the colors and the banding is really nice. Nice. A little bit of a fracture on that outside edge. Love the colors. Maybe I'll take another slab off of that end and do a little cab. Ready? Okay. Next up, a little bit darker skin on this guy, more of a tan. Let's see what we ended up with here. All right, beautiful banding, lovely colors. Got the little snowflakes going on. This is probably my favorite type of banded agate from that area. Galaxy agate. It's sharp. That is a nice stone. Very cool. All right. Next up, a bit lighter of skin. So this guy had a window showing some banded agate. It did have these fracture lines. Wasn't sure if they were surface only or if they went into the stone. So I made my first cut, and you definitely see that fracture in the stone, especially on that side. So I kind of wanted to go back behind that fracture line and before this one and get a fracture-free cut, which I did. Very nice. Look at the banding and the parallax effect, the shadow banding going on there. Looks like it might have a bit of a little fracture right there, but it's healed. Love the colors. Yeah, I can see that fracture on that side too. It's definitely healed though. So I don't know if I'll face polish that or take another slab off before that fracture and get a cab out of that. Very nice. All right, got two left. Let's see what we end up with on these guys. All right, a bit of a bigger nodule. Cut it through the thickest part of the short side, not long ways. Hoping for tight bands. Ooh. Ooh. There you go. Look at that. Fracture-free, perfect pattern. You got the flow channels on both the left and the right, and then possibly another one on the bottom coming in, another one on the top. That's super nice. That's paint from the blade. Very translucent. Wow, that'll make a nice face polish if I don't decide to get another slab or two off of this for cabbing. That's definitely cab worthy. would make a gorgeous necklace. Wow, I like that. That's my favorite one out of this bunch so far. Very nice. All right, last up. Wasn't sure what to expect from this. Kind of broken up, had some banding showing. So I just picked a good spot to cut. Let's see how we ended up here. Okay. A little bit fractured on that end. But other than that, look at the pattern. Crazy, you got the tubes and the banded here, banded there. What would have been banded here if it didn't break up. A little bit of banding down here with the tubes around it. Blue, gray, white. All right. Most of that broken off area is gone here. Sorry, I meant fractured area. That's gorgeous. That will make a nice face polish. I might take a slab off of this one, the cab. I don't see any interior fractures. Well, maybe there's one right here. Looks healed though. I don't know, that's a candidate for possibly cabbing. I might just leave that. I like the face. Beautiful stone. All right, I'm gonna end the video here and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.